Carrie Knauer and welcome to week 27 of my Home Life Remodel. This is a really exciting week because the work on the floors continued, and you may not have noticed, but this is it. We got it stained, and I'm sitting here on the finished product. It was an exciting week on Monday. The two guys from Lady Baltimore Floors, Jeremy and Brian, came out and they started on the sanding with their giant machine sanders. Last week they were here and their machines were broke, so didn't really catch too much of them doing that. They were quick, the machine was quick. They did a first coat with a rough grain to really get down all the black stuff like that was in the kitchen from the vinyl being laid on top, any deep pitted parts, any scratches, all the splintery stuff. And then they go through it with a smoother one, and that really gets it down to an even surface that will take up the stain well. Then they go by with a really tiny little one that can really get close to the edges, and that was good because we didn't pull up the shoe molding in every instance. I'm pretty bad at getting here timing-wise. I always hit people with their butt shots. Luckily, I don't think most of the contractors watch my blog, so that guy came by and then did all the detailed work. So they did 2 days of the sanding, and then on Wednesday they came and did the staining. One guy, Brian, was going through with a vacuum and just sucking up all the last of the sawdust. It looks like sawdust, but you know, the shavings from sanding it down. And then the guy, Jeremy, was working on the stain. Can you tell which one we did? We went with number 1, and this is called Red Chestnut. I really like it. Last night I had to come look at it in the dark, and I was so scared to step on it, but they said it was going to be dry in 2 hours and that was perfectly safe to walk on, so I went for it. Socks only though. So okay, how they stain it. It's just like you would stain a piece of furniture, which I've done before, except luckily this didn't seem quite as hard. But one hand is going on with a big soppy rag of stain. You work with a kind of big area, and then the other hand goes back with a drier rag and just picks up the excess. They started with the upstairs, worked their way down, I'm guessing, to the door, and got themselves out of here. So got that all done in probably 3 hours, I would say. So this is it. So let's walk around and look at it a little bit. Okay, so here's the foyer, and there is the trim leading around the stairs. And I kind of like the way that looks, because I'm of course trying to match the trim, or at least not clash the trim. And here is the fireplace and the wood. And you can see the trim. There's our fancy new painted radiators. I think that's looking good too. Now here is where the giant patch was. And you can still kind of see it, but what old house, like it's almost, it's like 90 years old, doesn't have a place where something like that sticks out a little bit? And let's see, it's not terrible, it's just there are a lot of pieces that are ending there, and if you look here, there's a lot of pieces that end there, and if you go further, there aren't as many, they're staggered a little bit better. Alright, so here we are in the kitchen, which I'll point out, I came over Sunday night and primed it, the ceiling, and these walls where the cabinets are going to go. By myself. Looks good. And now the entranceway into the dining room. Look at that. There was like that 3 boards missing or whatever. There was the old ones, and then there it was started. That one looks really flawless, which is good because we want our dining room and kitchen to kind of have a continuous feel. It's pretty good. Okay, so here I am back in the kitchen, and the floors aren't quite done yet. That was just the stain. The guys are coming back. Today's Thursday. They're coming Thursday, Friday, and Monday to do 3 coats of polycoat and a little bit of buffing or screening in between each one. So they're not here yet, which is good because I got to do my filming. That means that'll be done Monday. Next up is the cabinets, and that is going to be an amazing transformation. But Josh really wants to be here when that goes on. So do I. Like, those things are really heavy, and nobody's going to be allowed to be dragging them across our new floor. Like, I'm really worried about this floor now. I think maybe getting it looking this good was going to be kind of just waiting for disaster, like getting a new car. But anyway, cabinets are going to be put off a week then, because Josh just doesn't have a day off that's going to work out. So next week he'll be here painting. We hope that Josh's brother can get started too. He's agreed to do some of the painting for us, and then we'll be doing the cabinets. So really exciting. Thanks for watching. Turn back next week for more.